Next game in our round robin phase of the Sisters Call Cup, everybody. On the left side in the best of three, Battlefield of Eternity is our first map, by the way. We got Team Voice with the captain on Liming. Marco is playing Jimmy, going for Exterminator here, so more mortal damage from him. The Holy Chicken, I like it, on URL. As long as you don't play Deathwing with that name, we can still be friends, but you could play Falstad. We got Mr. X on Rhaegar, and Halcon is playing Arthurs. Over on the right side, Agumi on Malfurion. We get Bibshik on Sonya, Balls on Falstad. Itrax is playing Alarak, and we get Warnick on Muradin. So a quick reminder, this is a Polish tournament hosted by and for the Polish community. 95% of the players that play in this event are from Poland. There's a couple of ringers that they have from other countries. And they are using the META Madness concept and rules that I developed a couple of years ago. So we have 3 bans here. 25 heroes are completely banned. I will again post a list into the description of the YouTube video if you watch this on YouTube right now. And if you do, and check it out, make sure that you hit that thumbs up button. Would really help to promote the video a little bit. And of course, if you haven't subbed to the channel, a sub would be appreciated. So thanks a lot in advance. But yes, we have 25 heroes as listed in the description that are banned for the entire tournament. And then every single hero that gets played is unplayable in subsequent maps of the same match. So that limits the pool pretty significantly, but we're still getting... this is also an explanation why you see in game number 1 already Arthurs here, for example. And of course the full power of all of this is going to get unfolded when we head into best of 5 matches, which is going to happen during the playoffs. But for now we're still in the group stage. 6 teams have signed up for this, and we have a full round robin between them. So, yeah, time to see. At this point, though, the fight for the camp down at the bottom of the map, as they are already jumping out of Muradin. Nice invade from Team Agumi. And not only do they get the camp, but they get the kill. Nicely done. Awesome stuff. So, now we're having, in addition to that, also a kill on Jimmy. Reyna is down and has been absolutely slaughtered here. That's 2 kills to 0. And a pretty decent start with the force that fly towards the top to see if they can maybe also get the next camp. Urel is rotating over, but considering that Sonya is already on the point and Falstad is now helping out, stands to reason that they're walking away with both of the camps, since Team Voice is just not rotating heroes to the top lane quickly enough. So both of the camps taken by the red team, and a nice aggressive play now against Arthurs at the bottom of the map. Just kick things off before the first objective gets announced, which is going to be in a couple of seconds. But we see already Falstad starting to make moves for the camp. So he's going straight up for the Shaman camp right here. And over on the left side, the blue team would be well advised to make the same move, because once that the objective is up, you really want that Shaman camp pushing the lane so that your opponent has to make a tactical decision of what they want to go for first. But they're a little bit late to that play. Now, they will still be able to pull that off in time, I suppose. They have Exterminator after all on Jimmy, so that is helping them a lot. But over on the right side, Team Agumi is already doing exactly that and is now trying to set a push up for the top lane that can start to damage things here. Now, with all of that said and done, we're having the first Immortal up. And the instant aggression from Team Voice. Nice Howling Blast, but Arthurs went maybe a little bit too deep. Where's the Holy Chicken when you need it? At the top lane. Urel is still top and is not joining the fight, so it's a 5 versus 4. Arthurs is down. Now they go for the next kill. Mr. X is gone. 2 kills for Sonya. Rhaegar is dead. That's 4 kills in total for Team Agumi. And yes, nice moves on their end, as we now have Muradin also starting to defend the red team's Immortal. It's a bit of a slow process for him, and he is actually getting some assistance from Alarak here. And he definitely needs it because they really want him. Muradin with the Epstein skin over here, just luring the kids in with the candy. But as his trade kicks in, even with the Poverty Horse, he should be able to help him out a bit and hit those Storm Bolts. The problem is, honestly, that I would really have expected the red team to get massively ahead on the halftime show, and they just haven't been able to pull that off. Jimmy is really showing how much damage he can put out with Exterminator here. And then you have Liming, of course, too. That's 2 great champions against the Immortal, and that's what Team Voice is currently benefiting from. And the more they can poke here, the more they're going to get closer to grabbing themselves the first immortal of their game. Then again, Arthas gets attacked again, and Arthas is gone. That's the problem with this. If you get left down here and you lose the team fight, then all the immortal poke in the world is not really going to help you. It's going to make things really difficult. There's not a single kill in the hands of Team Voice. And even with the attempts to get closer to the red team's immortal, it's more and more likely that the first objective goes straight up to Team Megumi. They're now mega close on this. They grab it. And it's a small shield, 6,000 hit points. But again, it's something. And it should help them to break through the wall at the bottom of the map, for example. So, top side, that's where we now have Falstad plus Sonya. I mean, Falstad can still fly down to the bottom of the map if he's needed there. But they're trying to set a decent push-up on both lanes and get some value on both. And they're very likely able to get that. If they can take both walls out, for example, that's already a win right there. Now, we already get Calamity. Falstad is saying hello. And Sonya is also... actually, for a second she rotated over, but decided to move back up towards the top. Urel, though, she's the one that is coming for sure. And Ford is taking some damage. Nothing too insane. But all the way up at the top. We're now getting Bibshake just pressuring this a little bit further. He was already taken out the gate and one of the towers, and now he's working on the last one. So the first objective is essentially giving Team Megumi 2 towers. Well, 2 walls that are completely destroyed, and even some damage on the bottom fort. And Arthas is not having a good game. Arthas is having a tough time here. This is the 4th time that Arthas has now been killed. So, it seems more and more like this is not necessarily a preference pick for that tank player, and that they were pretty much forced into it, or at least felt forced into it. With Arthas now down once again, it just shows that he has massive problems on the positioning side. He gets attacked at the front, gets locked down, and then he has absolutely no chance to move out of the battle and just gets farmed by the opponent's team. So as long as they can blow him to pieces like this, it's going to be a tough game for the blue team. 25,000 damage for Li Ming. I mean, at least she's top damage in the game. She's way ahead of anyone else, by the way, specifically when we're talking about what's happening on the side of Team Megumi. But they're just losing ground over and over again. All that poke damage in the world is not going to help you if you can't convert it into kills. It's kind of funny, by the way, when you're looking to Rhaegar. 0.8k damage. That's where he's at. We're 7 minutes into the game, and Rhaegar has essentially attacked nothing. It's kind of nuts. Leap and Deadly Charge is what we're getting on level 10. There's a full level lead now for Team Megumi. And they can be hyper aggressive with this. And they want to force a fight. They do. Muradin or Sonya, oh, they're way too far out. They're way too far out. Oh! Big hit, big kill. There's the double, baby. They take 2. And that is Li Ming and Rhaegar both destroyed. And that, of course, makes this even worse. You're already in trouble, and then you're losing 2 heroes just before the objective comes up. I mean, look how far out on the map they are, without vision of the opponent. So they were way too greedy, trying to get more experience, and they lose 2 heroes as a result. The halftime show, therefore, immediately gone. An insta-victory for Team Megumi. Now, Team Voice picks up level 10, so they have a shot at bringing this back, but I have to stress it once more. They don't have a single kill yet. Not a single kill thus far. So, at this point in time... Well, Caster Curse is in. Muradin goes down, he gets murdered, and that is the first point on the board for Team Voice. So yeah, nicely done. The camp still claimed by them. A little bit more damage for Li Ming. But now, of course, the big question, what's going to happen up here at the top? Are they going to push with the Immortal? I guess they should. Muradin is going to be there a bit late, but he'll be there. 132 Sadism stacks for Anubarak, by the way. So, nice numbers for him. And the attacks are slowly coming. So they're starting to bring this in one after another. And the fort will likely gonna get wrecked. Fort is about to be taken out. Careful. Also, Arthas again being attacked. Deadly Charge could come in from Anubarak if he feels confident enough. And he does. Jumps into the backlane just as the fort gets taken out. The holy chicken is still rushing around here, but another nice combo from Anubarak, and that's a double kill. Anubarak, 2 kills, 140 sadism for him now. And big plays being made again by Team Megumi as they're trying to break through the wall. They have a level 13 talent advantage now over Team Voice, and they're just pushing this forward. Even the keep is going to take damage here. So massive momentum now for the red team as they're totally crushing it here in the first game of the best of 3 series. And Anubarak, huge contribution from him. Look at that play here. Comes in and sets it up for the rest of the team with a nice combo, stun, root as a follow-up, and then they eliminated both Rhaegar and Arthas, got themselves the kills, and could propel this entire push with a second objective, I might add, towards the keep and take it out. That is a 9-minute keep that we just talked about here. 24,000 damage from Anubarak, second highest in the game. Still behind Li Ming though. Li Ming still ahead of him. And everybody just like rushing back for hit points, for mana. They already took the camp at the top lane. When I take a look at the experience, for example, I mean, the difference is just insane. We're talking mercenary experience, hero experience. They're 2 levels ahead right now. In minions experience, Team Voice is actually keeping up fairly nicely. But another factor that will now play a bigger and bigger role is, of course, the passive experience gains that we're seeing for the red team. They are 3 structures ahead, 3 major structures. And yeah, this is gonna hurt. They're already sieging up here, still with that talent advantage. But we have Muradin looking for connects. There's catapults that are already firing. Towers about to be taken out. Continuous poke. Mercenary camps too. Top lane is getting pressured. Team Voice is being pinned down in their base. And they want level 13. They will get it for the Immortal. But the red team is attempting to capitalize on the situation as much as they possibly can before they're heading into the next objective fight. And the tower down here is going to be destroyed by the catapults. Now it's even talents. That gives us the cooldown reduction for Jimmy on level 13. Illusionist for Li Ming. Rhaegar is continuing this with the tidal waves now. And we got the Aldor Peacekeeper for Urel as they are going for Jimmy! The combo misses, but he's running into the wrong direction, and Jimmy is gone. Just as the Immortal spawns, and they're losing one of their most important heroes. Arthas is dead. And a nice little leap, and now they're just chasing them all over the place. Li Ming is already gone. They're going for the doggy. Rhaegar wants to escape. It's unlikely, but honestly, even if they just let him go, at the end of the day, it wouldn't matter too much. They take him out as well, and now they focus completely on the Immortal. This might even be the beginning of the end here. It's 14 kills to 1, and it's just crazy. Team Megumi with an absolute amazing showing in this best of 3 series. So they're crushing it here. It's a halftime show victory, of course, for them immediately, and then we can expect the big shield here too. So they're going to go for the 100% shield. They have a level 16 talent advantage over the opponent's team. And even with Team Voice sitting here with a full 5-man defense, this might end the game. A 3-level gap, 2.5 if you're nitpicking, and then the push to the bot lane with a 100% shield Immortal and a level 16 advantage. I mean, that's rough. Team Megumi is playing Heroes of the Storm Whack-A-Mole. They see a hero, they kill a hero. I mean, yeah. The blue team is pretty much committing honorable Sudoku at this point. There's already the attack before the Immortal is even in range. They're trying to take the keep down a little bit. They want to end the game here. I mean, duh. They're trying to end the game right now, and they should be able to pull it off unless they're losing heroes. And maybe Muradin has to use all big leap on 3! And the follow-up from Malfurion. Great Ancestral from Rhaegar, but still Arthas dies. Great move from Malfurion initially with the instant follow-up. He was waiting for that. And then, of course, Rhaegar saving the day for some of the heroes at least, but not able to keep Arthas alive. Now the keep is gone. They don't have that tank, and this is likely where it ends. Anubarak has 158 sadism right now. Massive damage for him. 37,000. The shield on the core is already gone. And this is likely game. 15 kills to 1. Anubarak, yeah, the Gust saves him. They ended Battlefield of Eternity. The first map of the series goes to Team Megumi as they lock in the win on map number 1. GG, well played. We're going to head straight into game number 2, but before we do, once again guys, if you enjoy the coverage on the channel here, if you enjoy the match, please like and subscribe. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. It also helps to boost the game to an even wider audience. And of course, it helps to get people back into Heroes of the Storm, as the algorithm recommends the videos to people that were interested in Heroes of the Storm in the past. So again, before we continue, if you haven't done it yet, subscribe to the channel and like the video. Appreciate it. And with that, we're heading straight into the second map of the series. Map number 2, Team Megumi is in the lead. So they've taken on a Battlefield of Eternity. For the blue team, that means you need to win 2 in order to claim victory in the series. We have an additional 10 heroes that are now unavailable because they were played already. Which brings us to Voice on Jaina. We're getting Mr. X on Deckard Cain on Hanamura, a map that is being played a lot in this tournament. Magdo on Tychus, the Holy Chicken on Tyrael, and we got Hogger on ETC. So it seems a little bit like Tyrael is going to be the side laner given the roles that they played on the last map. Starts things up with the Ardent Restoration. And on the right side we get Agumi on Ana, Warnick on Varian. Balsa's playing Zarya, so we have a triple front line given that Bipshik plays Thrall. And then Itrax on Sylvanas. So, Sylvanas definitely is going to have a big impact in this one as well. Very curious how they can use her around the Sentinel pushes that we're definitely going to get. It's a great pick for them. Could have totally seen her banned here too. And, well, the attacks are slowly starting to kick in at the bottom of the map. Thrall moves towards the top. They were probably hoping that they can catch the opponent off guard and maybe force an early fight and get a quick kill. But now Thrall is starting to defend. And we still are in territory of a few kills here. ETC, yeah, got attacked, but was still able to move away. Good for him. A bit close there for just a second. I really thought, well, this might be the moment where he dies, but no, he made it. Then we have for Zarya, Feel the Heat on level 1. This topside Thrall has decided to start things up with a Trolling Thunder, which is the standard talents right now. I would love to have at least Trash Lightning a few more times, but not really think that we're getting a lot. A little bit of pew pew pew. Both teams instantly on the Sentinel. Sentinels, I mean, again, once you have it, you should immediately get it. Every time it spawns, you need to have your team there and claim it right away. It's one of the most, it's the most important camp on the map. Specifically since we don't have any real bosses here. But if you compare it to another map, I would say the priority is even higher than what we're getting on Alderac Pass, for example, where that mid lane camp is obviously one of the highest priorities that we have for most of the teams and their strategies. Now, we still have a bit of an attack happening at the bottom of the map with Sylvanas now pushing. She's actually defending at this point. So they're trying to take the opponent's sentry out. I was totally waiting for Sylvanas to move towards the top and try to make their play there. But the Sentinels taking out very, very quickly. The blue team is a bit later on that process at the top. Currently Jaina who has to deal with Thrall there in addition to this. Which means that down at the bottom of the map, this could become a pretty serious push too. There's a few turrets in play. We have Taunt now ready for Varian. Thrall has the... yeah, well, he has held onto this as long as he could. And there we go, we have In the Rhythm once more. This seems to be more and more of a thing in the Polish community. I mean, we see this in... I don't want to say every single game we're seeing Tigers, that's definitely not the case, but we've seen now a lot of these grenade builds where on level 13 and on level 4 you're simply making adjustments, speccing straight into In the Rhythm, and that's the stuff to yeah, get a little bit of auto attack damage continuously in. So that's what we're having in this game as well. I mean, for Team Boys, it really means they need to win this. Speed barriers in. Can help Varian to engage and get his taunt ready. Amongst other things, of course. Thrall is stacking. First payload is up. And it seems like they're hoping to get the kill on Tyrael. Initially, they were going for the camp. But since Tyrael followed, they were like, wait a second, are we going to get a free kill here? And the answer is no. So they don't get the freebie. But more camps are now taken. Payload is still being played out a bit. There's also another vision camp at the bottom of the map that has in this case been claimed by Team Voice. So they are going even Steven on this. Sylvanas is a bit split from the rest of the team, and we'll have to be careful how she's able to connect with them. And still use her mobility, of course, but is also simply dealing with the lane for now. It's the first objective after all, so it's going to take a while before this one is actually connecting on anyone's side. Thrall is now moving in. Seems like the red team is getting a bit more serious about it. There is still that camp on the left. That one's still there. And there's the slide. And nice. Good hits from Tigers. Not insane, but he gets, what was this? 6, 7 more stacks in on his level 4. So it's already some progress. Up at the top, we have now Bibshik and Balsa doing their thing. Down to the bottom of the map. Yeah, Tigers is defending and catching all the experience on the lane after Sylvanas pushed this out. But it's still a bit of an easier pace now. The teams have also instantly rotated heroes over to the sentry camp as it was about to spawn, as already expected. With level 7, we now have the pinpoint accuracy. Thrall with 4 stacks on level 4 has now also added Ancestral Wrath. And ETC is going into Echo Paddle. He could definitely go stage dive. I mean, he is, in this case, played by their actual main tank. But we could see him with stage dive and not go for Mosh and instead just try and play the macro a little bit on the map. Nice attack against Varian here too, but he gets a shield from Zarya once more, and they attempt to turn the fight on the blue team, who's still moving out. This was, by the way, a 5 versus 4. The Wolf connects, and they can't get a kill, but Jaina, she's able to take Varian out. Now, the two of them, they had actually a big affair in World of Warcraft, and Varian ended up cheating on her. That's how Anduin was created. And Jaina is super salty because of it, and that's exactly what we saw there. That is the wrath of a woman scorned, right there. This is the lore that Blizzard doesn't want to tell you about, but yeah, there is a lot going on. I mean, honestly, when you're thinking about World of Warcraft lore, it's like a soap opera. Everybody with everyone. It's just insane. It's just, it's more crazy than any hospital soap that is out there. So yeah, Jaina is big mad, and that's why she targeted Varian that heavily. It's the lore that Blizzard doesn't want you to know about. But again, here we're going to reveal all the secrets. Tyrael with a quick taunt, but they steal the camp. They get it. They get the camp. They get a lock on ETC. He slides and gets lasered. Zarya goes brrrr. But yeah, not able to get a kill yet. With level 10 that might have been a different story, but it's a bit too early. Itrax hyper aggressive against Jaina and nearly gets a kill there. I mean, you gotta ask yourself, why is Jaina, for example, so aggressive all of a sudden? Why is Sylvanas so aggressive against Jaina all of a sudden? What just happened? Jaina killed Varian, and now Sylvanas is big mad and is super aggressive and wants to take her out. Is there something going on between the two of them? I mean, I'm just asking questions here, but who knows, you know? Rumors still persist here. That's all that I'm saying. But then again, we have the quick push for the topside fort, and it's countered by an aggression at the bottom of the map, so each team is now walking away with one fort being destroyed. And level 10s. They still have to do a bit more damage down here. I wouldn't walk away when it's still standing. But so we have 2 forts eliminated. Level 10 kicks in. It gives us stage dive as we expected. We get the good old bookworm talent for Deckard Cain. And another sentinel is up on the map. Can be claimed by both of them. Still the first payload, and we only have a single kill. Only Varian has died so far, but oh, I like that. We're getting the ring! Ring of Frost. Okay, awesome stuff. And we get drill. Neat. They're going full drill. Love it. So, that's a little bit different here. Tychus is going to try and drill it up a little bit. Still waiting for Zarya and also for Tyrael to take their ults. Sanctification on Judgment. That's actually going to play a pretty big role in how they're going to team fight from here on out. The objective is also being progressed nicely, and the blue team is now trying to catch up with them. Tyrael decided that Judgment is the way to go, so no Sanctification, and we get the expulsion zone for Zarya. As expected. I mean, that's the standard after all. Mind control! And Tyrael is alive! How is he alive? And look at that play! The ring! Oh my god! It's a triple! And what an amazing triple kill by them here. Team Voice is coming out swinging with 3 kills, 4 kills to 0. Holy crap, that was awesome. Look at that play right there. That was insane. Ring, and then bam, stage dive.
Holy shit.
Big pumpkin play right there. They're flattening them like a pancake. And, well, that is a massive lead now for Team Boys. I mean, that's a big one. Not only do they have level 13 talents, but they're also progressing on the objective at least a little bit again. I don't think that they're going to be able to take it this easily, but considering that they're 1.5 levels ahead and a talent, they might. Depends all a bit on how aggressive Team Megumi wants to be here. But that was really the big play that gave some massive momentum to Team Boys. They are definitely eager to force game number 3 on this one. And yes, this payload is going to be delivered. So shots are going to be fired against that topside fort. They are trying to leverage Sylvanas at the bottom of the map, on the other side of the map, to try and get some structural damage too. But Drax gets attacked. Mind control. There's the nano boost. They want the kills. And they get it. Nope. He jumps out and ends up at the top lane. So the shots are fired against the topside fort. Well done. ATC is now gone, so at least, I mean, he can't defend anymore, but they weren't able to kill him either. Both Tychus and ETC live, so really nice escape moves by them. And ETC is now simply attacking the top lane, saying, like, you know what, guys? I'm just going to try and take your topside fort, and this is working. So the fort at the top is going to be eliminated, and that was pretty sick. ETC, from being the target and desperately trying to survive, going to a side lane pusher that is able to eliminate the second structure on the side of Team Megumi. And still not a single kill for the red team. 38 stacks for Tychus, 21 for Tyrael. ETC just completed his proc rock, so this is going to help him also with some additional heal that he's going to get throughout the fights. So they have a bit of added sustain on this. And the blue team must feel pretty good right now. It's all about the keeps from here on out. 2-level lead. I mean, damn. When they pick up all of the experience. Hero experience obviously is a given, but look at the minion experience difference between the two teams. I mean, damn. 4,000? That is wild. So they did a fantastic job on those lanes. Kudos. Good for them. Now, for the red team, they need to win some team fights. They have the tools. They have a lot of CC tools on individual targets that they can use. Especially, of course, with Taunt from Varian. But they need to be able to dish that damage out and to lock those in. So, we'll see if they can. Jaina, Ice Block. Nice. Dodges also on Mind Control. There's the ring. And there's the kill. Jaina and Sylvanas are both dead. Definitely a bit of a cat fight, yeah. Wow. And now they go for Deckard Cain. The Boomer is trying to rush away, and see ya! That is ETC gone, and Deckard Cain eliminated. Well done, that leaves us with 2. The taunt on the Holy Chicken, but Tyrael gets out. And since Sylvanas was killed, they won't be able to take down the bottom fort that easily, but they're still going in. They have Zarya. Sylvanas might not be here, but at least they have a shield that they can utilize. Obviously, a minion wave would go a long way for them right now, but it is what it is. Level 16 soon for Team Boys. By now we have 22,000 damage for Thrall. Top damage on the red team. And 37,000 for Tychus. And they really want that fort. And I don't blame them. Next payload is up. But, yep, the fort is eliminated. So that one's gone. 6 kills, 2-3 now. Overall. That last fight was fantastic for Team Boys. It definitely was. And now, sorry, for Team Megumi. Team Boys with a big lead before, but Team Megumi now with 3 kills afterwards. But right now we have more and more camps being claimed. Also level 16 in half a level for the team in red. So they still have a bit of catching up to do. But they're currently at it. And off we go. Sylvanas still jumping out. They don't want to get the fight. They have half a level, not even. They will have it soon. But before that, they're not going to go for any kind of aggression here. So they're going to play this slow, wait for 16, and then they're probably going to be quite happy to go into some actual battles, because team fighting is one of the few ways for them to get back into the game. Sentinel also not attacked by Team Boys. They take their own, but they're not trying to invade. The gap between the teams is a little bit too small to actually, you know, capitalize on it and try and leverage that advantage to get the opponent's Sentinel before you move towards your own. Sizzling attacks for Tychus on 16. So he actually gave up on the grenade talent here. It's a really different build from what we've seen. We had a couple of approaches, as I mentioned earlier, with the level 4 and 13 talent being adjusted. But besides that, it's still focusing heavily on grenades. This one that we're seeing from Makto is a bit all over the place. But, alright, he's running with it. And he got some decent damage out so far already. They take the Sentinel out up at the top. Bot lane, we're obviously going to see the same thing here. Sylvana's going to do her thing. That Sentinel is just absolutely smashing it. And the rest of the team is dealing with the payload. But this is where the red team will have to put a stop to it pretty soon. Now, Thrall has earlier also completed his level 1 quest, of course, which now gives him the synergy with Alpha Wolf, which he has on level 16. Cooldown reduction in particular is, of course, going to help out here. Atrax! Did they go for mind control? No. There's a slow. Maybe now? Yeah, they get the wolf out first, and here comes ETC. Judgment in the backline against Ana, but the mind control is immediately there. Now Tyrael is in trouble, in real trouble, and he is dead. The ring does not connect with anything, but they might still get the kill on Varian, and they do, but oh my god, is she low? And Sylvanas jumps in deep and gets the kill. What? Itrax with huge plays now, and they follow it up with another one on Deckard Cain. Now Itrax also always seems to trade his life for damage and kills, but it's kind of working out for them right now. Look at how deep he went in order to get the kill on Sylvanas here. And then the next jump with the wave comes through and he starts focusing on the next target, but this time he went a bit too aggressive and gets punished as well. So it's now 8 kills to 6, still a 1 level lead. The red team can use that small advantage that they now have in the game to push the payload a bit. Can they get the entire thing? I mean, it's 15 seconds for Jaina to be back, and then she's going to start to move in here. Not 100% certain. But time will tell. They got Sylvanas back in 4, and Zarya is already dealing at the top, but now that they're not even pushing the payload, they probably won't be able to grab it. But if they want to have any chance, they need to really deal with this now, because the problem is that there's still a level 20 talent coming. And I think the payload is a little bit more important, so unless they're griefing here, they're going to get it. And I think this is pretty important, because it is going to attack the keep, and more importantly, they are denying it to the opponent, who with level 20 could make a big move for it. So shots are being fired, and this is going to damage the bottom keep for sure. Still have to get a 1 level, to bridge a 1 level gap. Unless they can get kills now. No way! The big kill on Jaina and Deckard Cain. Beautiful play. Totally crisp what we're seeing from them. Level 20 is available for Team Voice, and it doesn't matter anymore. It absolutely does not matter at this point. Here came the move. Varian came in, taunts, no ice block, Jaina goes down, and then the mind control on Deckard Cain, and both of them fall. The 20 is completely irrelevant at this point. The keep at the bottom of the map gets attacked and gets destroyed. 8 kills to 8, and Storm Talons in reach for Team Agumi. That was a massive move. That really helped them a lot. They were probably afraid that the opponent would be able to gain momentum with level 20 and maybe, you know, push for structures. And instead, they are now the ones taking the first keep out and getting quickly 220, which allows them to fight every battle from here on out on eye level. We get the Nano Infusion for Varian, glory to the Alliance. And, yeah. We'll see how Sylvanas is going to play this, but Dark Lady's Call would probably be a good idea. He's playing hyper-aggressive anyways, but we are going Dark Lady's Call on this one. So he's going to throw those out like there's no tomorrow. And with the Sentry now at the top lane, they could push for keep number 2. They definitely could. Force that fight. Drill damage, we haven't seen all that much yet. I mean, Tychus is still the top damage dealer in the game. He's at 54,000. So the build and everything is working for him. He also hasn't died yet. Ana and Tychus are the only 2 heroes in this game that have not fallen yet. We got 36,000 damage for Sylvanas. Push at the top, clearly meant to take the keep out. ETC is at the bottom of the map, trying to push the lane and will then jump in with Stage Dive. Has on level 20, by the way, gone for the upgrade, so we have Crowd Pleaser now. And this is where Sylvana starts to figure in. Jaina, careful girl. Yeah, gets the ice block out very early. Varian with a taunt. In comes the mind control and judgment on Sylvanas. The ring only connecting with Varian. Sundering comes out. They got Kane with his own ult. Everybody turns into the pirate and goes Arr! Ults all over the place as Warnick is getting chased and gets the shield protected. But another taunt after Sylvanas dropped her ult on ETC. There is a massive battle between the two teams. Every single ult gets popped over and over again, but we still haven't seen a single hero fall. ETC in a bit more trouble, but Varian moves out. Another ult from Sylvanas. Judgment is back, and Varian is dead. Nice. Huge fight. That went all over the place, but it is Team Voice that gets the kill. 9 kills to 8. They don't want to lose here. This is a best of 3 series after all. If they lose on Hanamura, they are out of this series. Well, not out of the tournament, but they lose the series. And in the round robin, obviously, you have to make sure that you're locking not only some big W's in, but start with the first map. The map score is also important, and so far they're sitting at a fat 0 here. So Hanamura, a victory would be great for them. They get the control of the payload, escorted in. And now 19.5 minutes into the game, we get big shots fired towards the top. And the keep will take damage, but won't be destroyed. So the wall is going to go down first, but the keep is at least going to take some damage. Now, in addition to that, Varian, they're still waiting. This is how you're supposed to play this. Slow. There's nothing on the map. There's nothing really to claim. It was only the Sentinel camp, and that one you couldn't have invaded that anyways. So instead, they're just sitting tight. They're not trying to push out. They're just waiting for Varian and for the 5 versus 5. This is exactly how you need to react here. We have seen way too many matches where someone pushes out onto the lane, tries to take a minion wave down, gets eliminated. It's a staggered death, and then it's a disaster. There's the ring! And instantly, look at Sylvanas jumping in, out, once, twice, trying to get the damage, but Itrax is more moving than dishing out damage. They still are able to get the kill on Jaina, but Thrall dies for that kill. Mind control on ETC, and Varian is alive! That is insane! He was at 7 hit points. 7 hit points if I'm not mistaken. Check that out. The fight still continues. They're looking for the next target here. Here comes the mind control on ETC. But the jump from Tyrael stops him from killing the cow. That cooldown reduction that we're seeing from Tyrael is also just absolutely bonkers. They're all on the run. It's a 4 versus 4. And they're just trading time and time again. But the red team is in some trouble. The bottom keep has taken damage. The top keep has taken damage. They're fully pinned down. The entire map is pushing against them. Team Voice, they want this win. They had some great moves in the last fight too, but Jaina gets just simply killed too quickly. The thing for me is really all that cooldown reduction that we're currently getting is just wild. Tyrael with ult after ult during these fights, and the same what we're seeing from Sylvanas, for example. It's actually kind of crazy how Itrax is just jumping around like he's on crack or something. 90,000 damage to 64,000 when you compare the 2 top damage dealers on each team. And now that we have the 5 mans back on the map, they're roaming once more looking for targets. And it seems like they got ETC, and he should be dead here. There is no way that he survives this. Nope. Fully alone. Was not aware what was coming, and that is a pretty key hero gone on the side of Team Voice. That was crucial. 10 kills to 10. And with Sylvanas, they're now pushing for the top. They're not even bothering with the objective spawning in a couple of seconds. They want to go and take that keep out even before that becomes an issue. So, big attack from Sylvanas, but very nice mind control and taunt that we just got to take ETC out. And he was one of the key factors in the last few fights of why the blue team didn't lose any heroes, why they were able to do what they did. He pushed the opponent away time and time again, got the CC control and provided the additional heals also with this completed proc rock. Now the Sentinel has respawned and it's going to be taken. And of course, there's a payload now. So 18 seconds for ETC to come back. They have the Sentinel and they can work on the payload and try and escort that in and start damaging the opponent's core. So this is a huge setback for Team Voice. They were in the lead, massively at that. But now more camps are being claimed. They're trying to go for turrets that they can use in the next fight. not really ignoring the payload, but not working too heavily around it either. But there is more and more on the map. They have another sentinel, of course, at the top that they can claim, and they want the additional turrets. So now we're talking in total 2 turrets for the for the red team. The blue team doesn't have a single item, and whenever we're gonna see the next fight happen, those turrets could become a massive problem. That's definitely a big advantage that Team Megumi is now running, and they are prepped. They have the Sentinel pushing at the top, and they can go for the payload. Ice block, ETC comes in, they want the kill on Jaina, and she's dead again. That's the theme of the last 3 team fights. Jaina is just getting killed over and over again. She's the priority target for Team Megumi, and they are always able to drop her. Huge problem now. Jaina died 5 times. The drill is out, and they're looking great. If they want to escort the payload in, they can immediately do so, but they also have an opportunity to maybe go for Tychus. Where's that Sundering? There it is! And they take him apart. That's the 2nd damage dealer gone. First death on Tychus, and obviously a disaster for Team Boys. They might lose the game right here. It's a 5 versus 3, 2 tanks, and Deckard Cain are trying to defend. ETC is gone, and I guess so are the hopes of Team Boys to force game 3. Fantastic plays by Team Megumi. Great CC chains that they're running, and they take the best of 3 series in this round robin phase of the tournament. Nicely done. GG.